Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. We are pleased to let you know that our third and final release for 2018 is now out and available. We've arranged this short webinar to give you a preview of what's in store. You'll find out what updates are included in our flagship product, Easy Reporter, our PCC integrated solution, Strato, our document generation solution, and Easy Clone and Easy Help Desk as well. We are also introducing our latest solution for Australian payment summaries, Easy STP, short for Easy Single Dutch Payroll. Paige Elkins from our US team will cover off these updates shortly. But before we proceed, I'd like to just flash these few reminders. We are currently using GoToWebinar. If you're just on audio, we encourage you to use the app to view the slides as well. If you have any questions, type it up on the questions box in both the web or mobile version, and we'll reach out to you separately so that we can answer your questions. And lastly, there's going to be a post-webinar survey after this session. We encourage you to let us know your thoughts about the webinar and about the release in general. Without further ado, I'm calling in Paige, who'll give us the 2018 R3 overview. Paige?
Thank you and welcome everyone. My name is Paige Elkins and I'm one of the solution engineers here at Spinifex. Today I will be showing you the enhancements you have to look forward to with our software release number 3 of 2018. We will first take a look at what's included in the upgrade for our flagship product, Easy Reporter. For the first item on our list, I think you will be pleased as this has been a popular request. You will now be able to search the report folders for a particular report. You will see a new button labeled Find Menu Item by Name, which I will also show you here in a few minutes. I will also show you where to find the settings for the second item on the slide, which will provide performance improvements for when you run payroll posting reports. And here is that screenshot for the report menu search. Notice the binoculars icon in the upper left. Once you select that, you will get a pop-up box for entering in your search term, which, by the way, can include asterisk signs as wildcards. In my example here, I'm searching for any report with the word posting in it, and you can see here on the right where the report list has been narrowed down to only show those results. For the posting reports performance gain, you could set an option at the report level found on tab 1 under the sub-tab of Other Settings. As you can see here, you will then select the drop-down option labeled Limit Employees based on finance posting data to experience that benefit. Also new with this release are some additional data conversions. The first one I want to mention is this, the title case conversion, which will change text that's in all caps or all lowercase to a format where the first letter of each word is capitalized. This conversion would be really handy if, for example, your employee names or addresses are a mixture of upper and lower case formats and you want to standardize on your output. The second conversion listed here is for dates, allowing you to output a date in the format illustrated. Just to show you where to access these new conversions, recall that conversion routines are found under Column Settings when working on tab 2. And as you can see in the drop-down here, we have the new Convert to Title Case option in the list, as well as the new date format. And here are a couple of examples. For the first one, notice in the top screenshot that this is the employee's address as it is entered on InfoType 6, with both the street and city entered in all caps. At the bottom is my report from Easy Reporter. I have a column simply reporting the address as is, then the furthest column to the right utilizes the title conversion functionality. And here's an example of the new date format. Using the employee's date of birth, you can see the unconverted date and then how that compares to the conversion using the new format. Working somewhat similar to conversion fields, we also have what we call custom function fields, which are found as well on tab 2. I will show you here in just a moment where you can access and what those results will look like using the 3 new custom function fields we are delivering. Get first day of last month, get first day of current month, and get 15th day of current month. We're also introducing a new setting, which is set system-wide, not at the single report level, found in the general system settings, and allowing the Easy Reporter administrator to set a runtime limit for all reports. The idea here is if you have an issue with your end users, perhaps not populating selection fields accurately, and as a result, they kick off reports that run forever until they dump, you can set this option to automatically kill those reports after a given time frame. So here we have the screenshots regarding the new custom function fields. Remember that the fields are found on tab 2, down at the bottom in the folder for additional functions, similar to where you find calculation and mapping fields. Once you drag a custom function field onto your report, you will tell it which other existing fields you want to reference, plus what exactly it is you want to do with it. And as you can see, we are indicating here the new options I mentioned will be available in the drop-down. Now I created this to show you an example of the output. Starting with hire date on the report, which is right here, I then used the 3 new custom functions to determine the first day of the prior month, the month prior to the hire date, the first day of the date of hire month, and the 15th day of that same month. Now this slide illustrates how to access the system settings so that you can set up the kill switch if you desire. Once inside of Easy Reporter, you will follow the menu path of Configuration, System Settings, General System Settings, and then, if desired, enter in the number of minutes for your timeout setting. Now, some of you may be aware that the European Union imposed, back in May of this year, new data privacy requirements, known as Global Data Protection Requirements, or GDPR. In order to help our customers be in compliance with the regulations, we are delivering some new fields, which can be used on reports to audit system activity. One set of fields allows you to monitor who has viewed data, right here, as opposed to the standard auditing fields that indicate who has changed data. And the second set of fields can be used to report on which users have utilized which SAP transaction codes. All of these new fields are found inside of the Other Data Sources folder on tab 2. Now, as we tend to do with each new release, we have included some additional data fields with this upgrade. For those of you with employees in Belgium, additional payroll cluster tables, as you see listed here, are now available in Easy Reporter. For the US, we have expanded the list of fields from InfoType 234 to include the Common Paymaster and No Tax indicators. And for Great Britain, reference amounts fields for the pension fund InfoType 71. Now, I hope that review of the enhancements for our traditional Easy Reporter product included some items that you will want to check out. We've also made a few changes relevant to utilizing Easy Reporter via the web, plus some enhancements involving the integration of SuccessFactors into Easy Reporter, which we're going to look at next. First up is if you are using our web reporter version of Easy Reporter, which allows you to execute the reports from a web browser rather than the on-premise GUI. We have enhanced the solution option capabilities to more closely match the GUI version. For example, you will now be able to add wage type as a selection to the Additional Selections tab. As you see here from the GUI view, I'll show you how it looks in Web Reporter on the next slide. We've also added the ability to include the Report Parameters tab on a web reporter version of the report, allowing you to include data input fields as one example for end user input. So here's a quick look. First, you can see that this is our web reporter screen, where we can select the desired report. So in this example, we have selected the wage type reporter, employee and wage type, this one right here, to execute. Now, if you scroll down, you're going to see the entire selection screen, and you can see that under additional selection is the ability to add global wage type selection fields to the report, just as you're able to do in the GUI execution. Continuing with our enhancements for cloud reporting. With this report release, we have added the ability to include additional employee central fields into your reports. As you may or may not be aware, with the additional licensing of our SuccessFactors connector, you've had the ability for a while to include employee central master data fields into your Easy Reporter reports. But this is now being expanded to include time off and leave balances, plus absence and attendance records. Secondly, from the technical side, you will have the new ability to connect Easy Reporter to SuccessFactors using third-party integrators via SAP Cloud integration, in addition to our historical means of doing so using remote function calls. Switching gears now, from Easy Reporter to Payroll Control Center, we have a few new developments to tell you about. Let me first, though, provide a bit of an overview as to what the Payroll Control Center is and how SpinFX is involved. The Payroll Control Center is an SAP tool delivered with their HCM software and available for any customers to utilize as long as they are on the appropriate enhancement pack level. Once implemented, the Payroll Control Center provides a methodical way of running payrolls via a web-based interaction rather than the SAP GUI, with built-in checkpoints and error auditing to basically make the payroll production process less subject to human error. Now, where SpinFX comes in, if you haven't already heard, is we have developed a Payroll Control Center integrator that works with the delivered PCC to provide even greater error checking capabilities. Plus, the backbone of the logic becomes Easy Reporter rather than ABAP coding, making both the implementation and ongoing maintenance much, much simpler. So that's the SpinFX version of the Payroll Control Center in a nutshell, and listed next are a few enhancements we are delivering with this release. The first enhancement is in regards to master data from Employee Central. The way the PCC works, when payroll runs, it will do some predetermined auditing, which you've already designed and set up ahead of time, to check for data and results that should be analyzed before considering the payroll to be complete. For example, you could have an audit step to check for anyone who is missing banking information in Infotype 9, or maybe one to check the payroll results, and if gross pay for any employee exceeds a certain dollar amount, you want that employee reported. As the payroll team member monitors these audit steps and analyzes the individual employee data to determine if there is a true issue or not, part of what the PCC allows is the ability to report on relevant master data from the employee's records. Which brings me to the enhancement. With this new release of our software, that analysis will also be able to call Employee Central and pull in master data from there. The second enhancement also has to do with the robust analysis we allow you to do, using Easy Reporter as the reporting basis as you run through the payroll production in your PCC. Since the first step is often to run payroll in simulation mode, which for some companies, their only desire is to check for actual rejections out of that, not all of the more detailed information from the payroll results. Because of that, we're providing an option now via a checkbox setting to exclude the more detailed analysis during simulation runs if you desire. And now continuing with the Payroll Control Center, For more user friendliness, we are introducing the ability to set up reports that will automatically be triggered to execute during the error analysis. So for instance, if you were to find yourself always running a given report, which as a reminder will be an easy reporter-based one with our integrator, every time you analyze an employee's data to figure out why they popped out as an exception, well, instead of running that same report manually every time, you can set it up to happen automatically. And along with this change will also be the ability to store the results from the error analysis reports if you desire. So now we move on to another SpinFX product, which is Strato. In case you aren't already familiar with Strato, let me take a moment to briefly explain what the product is and does. Strato is our cloud-based document generator, allowing users to build out really nicely formatted employee documents and letters, pulling data from any variety of data sources, including on-premise SAP, HR, and payroll, plus SuccessFactors data. So the first enhancement to Strato that I want to talk to you about today is a new ability to import external data for inclusion into a document. So in addition to directly pulling in your employee data from either SuccessFactors, Employee Central Payroll, or on-premise SAP, if you have data that can be made available as a comma-delimited file from any source, then you can include it as well. That basically opens up Strato to allow unlimited data sources, which is really exciting. Secondly, Strato already allows digital signatures to be collected as long as you're licensed for either Adobe Sign or DocuSign. With this latest update, hand-created signatures can be utilized in the workflows as well. So now we're going to leave the world of reporting and document generation to talk about our product EasyClone. If you're not already aware, EasyClone allows users to copy employee master data and payroll results from one SAP system to another. Earlier this year, we expanded the functionality to include copying Employee Central master data in addition to the on-premise data we have historically cloned. With this latest release, the copying of Employee Central data has been made even more robust, and that is detailed on the following slide. You can see listed here the multiple enhancements we have made for copying Employee Central data. Key changes include more robust scrambling and a help screen to aid with scrambling scenarios. We've also added more flexibility to the scrambling rules used for the non-Employee Central data, the on-premise and ECP payroll data that EasyClone is typically used for, giving users the option to create user exits with customer-designed complex scrambling rules. And finally, EasyClone has been enhanced to also copy data fields relevant to payroll replacement checks, utilizing the SAP standard table PayR. For more information on our 2018 R3 EasyClone enhancements, please visit the R3 release notes available in the SpinFX Online Help Center. Once logged into the center using your previously created registration, you will be selecting EasyClone from your list of licensed products. And once selected, scroll down and you will see towards the bottom right the links to all of our release notes. One of the employee reports available in Easy Help Desk is the Pay Explanation Report. The change delivered by our R3 update simply provides a new setting for this report, allowing customers to configure the report roll-up as a no roll-up, roll-up to sort, or roll-up everything. The next slide will show you where to enter this setting if you choose to do so. Once logged into Easy Help Desk, you're going to follow the menu path, Configuration, Menu Maintenance. From there, select the Pay Explanation Report as I have highlighted here. Once you drill into the report, you will see the display setting regarding roll-up, as I have indicated here down at the bottom of the screen, allowing you to change if you choose to do so. Our final topic is of particular interest to our Australian customers, which is the introduction of a brand new product offering called Easy Single Touch Payroll, or Easy STP for short. Easy STP allows organizations to more effectively meet Australian requirements for pay period reporting. You may already be aware that the standard SAP STP solution provides the functionality to create the ATO transmission file and then the ability to transmit this file through to the Australian Tax Office. Easy STP does not replace this transmission option, but instead is designed to enhance the standard SAP solution by providing advanced reconciliation and reporting options to help validate and investigate the STP payments. Now, what I've done here first is summarize the SAP standard solution at a very high level for single touch payroll. The end goal is the final step listed, that transmission to the Australian government, along with the report and declaration as listed here in bullets 3 and 4. To reach that goal, SAP has made some changes to payroll processing, as well as provided some data conversion tools. So where does SpinFX come in? With our solution, Easy STP, you will be able to verify the data prior to the STP migration, as well as continue after go live with ongoing data reconciliation and reporting. Our product makes answering employee questions and performing other analysis of the STP data easier, quicker, and more reliable. That does bring us to the conclusion of our webinar today. I hope you've learned a lot about what's upcoming with Release 3 of 2018. If you have any other questions, feel free to message me directly at pelkins@spinfxit.com, and I or another consultant will get back with you. Thanks again for joining, and may you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Paige. Now, to view the summarized release notes, you may head over to our website at spinfxit.com/2018R3. And to learn more and to have a more in-depth view of our enhancements, we encourage you to visit our customer care portal, as Paige mentioned earlier, at spinfxit.zendesk.com. Simply log in using your registered email, and then you can start viewing our full release notes from there. To see if you are qualified for the update, you may use the customer care portal to file a support ticket, or you may shoot us an email at info@spinfxit.com. Now, if you would like to receive more updates about our products and solutions, don't forget to subscribe to our mailing list. You may do so at spinfxit.com/subscribe. And of course, you may also follow us online at LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook. The survey will commence after this video. Thank you everyone, and see you again in 2019. Have a great day.